Welcome to the front. Welcome to Frontline Lightworker podcast.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Here we are. I am focused now. I am on my second cup of coffee and feeling a little more grounded and alive. I was getting stared at by like 20 horses and I couldn't think, so.
This is our second take.
Yeah.
We started.
First of all, I don't remember like even what we were diving into last week, but I know last week there was like some crazy old energies burning off.
Oh,
like
is the Karmic Burn. How do you feel post-burn?
And I really resonated with that. Like post-eclipse window, like old, almost like final end of the year of the snake, just like whatever needs to go if you choose for it to go. Right.
Do you want to talk about that, like what it felt like, or even bring in some
specifics without, we don't got to get too specific, but we could talk about, we could get as specific as we want.
I want juicy details.
Yeah. We did some like Kali Mudra stuff in my yoga class.
Oh, yeah.
Where I was taking the Kali Mudra and we were slicing off old energies. And Subhraag got pretty specific in what he was slicing off. And it's crazy because immediately after that class, like the next day, what you were slicing off presented itself to disappear.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been feeling these days that whatever we do, we don't have to push. It's just like if you hold a vibrational state in your mind, it creates itself without any effort. But that thought that has to be in complete coherence with your mind, body, and spiritual energies.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's becoming faster.
It's really fast.
Everything feels fast, and I think soon after that, you had told me something that stuck with me, that things are happening at the speed of thought.
Yeah, I feel like we're creating at the speed of thought. Like not only with the technology that we have, where we're creating something and we're posting it on social media, and that's relevant for the moment. And it may not be relevant, much later in time. So it's not only just with social media, how we're posting what we're doing in the moment, and it's relevant for that moment. It's not only with just AI, where now you can have a thought and create something instantaneously, whether it be an app that you want to create. Like you don't need to spend $500,000 to pay a developer. You can create it
or a team.
Like we were talking with a friend yesterday, how he created an app for his construction business that runs his whole business, and he created it in 2 hours, and he's saving himself $4,000 a month for a subscription.
Month.
And that $4,000 subscription was not customized to his business. He was able to create an app customized to his business in 2 hours.
Amazing.
And so it's not only that with AI digital stuff, but I feel like that it's in the physical world too.
Definitely.
It's like things are showing up or disappearing at the speed of thought, if we're in vibrational coherence with that thought.
And the AI stuff is the physical manifestation of what we've collectively been building on this planet for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's moving into the 5D, man.
It's great.
We're like so there.
We are.
But it's true. And it's amazing. And I've always had this relationship with time where, it's a funny relationship because I feel like time isn't real, and I have a lot of control, and time is malleable, like we talk about it.
Yeah.
I've been able to, for years in bodywork sessions, be able to bend time. Like if people are running late and their massage is a lot cut short, I know how to bend it to make it longer, as weird as that sounds.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. If it's like an eternity kind of massage, I know how to condense it and make it shorter. So it is malleable. And then at the same time, I have this relationship with time where I feel like there isn't enough of it.
Yeah.
So that is another subject of an energy I'm trying to step out of.
I think that's one of our current, I don't know if stumbling blocks, but I think our current thing that we're experimenting with is, I think that's our next level thing.
Yeah.
Is freeing ourselves from time.
Freeing ourselves from time.
Yeah. So that the notion of time becomes more of like a verticality rather than like a linear 3D.
Yeah.
Like there's this great composer named George Russell, and he was a jazz composer and theorist, and he had this book called The Lydian Chromatic Concept of Tonal Harmony, I think is what it is, Lydian Chromatic Concept. And I studied it quite in depth when I was a wee young jazz student. I had a great teacher named Andy Wasserman. And George talked about there's like 3 relationships to time. And I think his stuff came from these philosophers, Maurice Nicole Uspensky, and it was related to some of the Gurdjieff stuff as well. And he would talk about horizontal time. So when you're improvising over some chord changes as a jazz musician, you're actually doing it linearly.
You get it?
So you have the sense of like going like this through time, like you're going from point A to point B. And then he had this other sense of vertical time where it's, which Miles Davis brought into the jazz world with Kind of Blue. So where you have this like vertical space and you're shifting and dancing and moving and morphing in a sense of verticality. So you're not really going anywhere, but you're just shifting the mood and the nature of the feeling of the moment. And then sometimes that moment, that environmental moment will shift then, like, instantaneously, and then it'll go to another moment. And, John Coltrane did that a lot. Miles Davis did that a lot. That sort of characterized a lot of the jazz of like the 1960s, is that verticality.
I like that.
And then there was, I forget, man, it's been a long time since I studied it. And there was a third one. We'll have to update you on the next podcast of the name of it, which was characterized by Ornette Coleman. And it was more of like a rocket ship. It was like beyond verticality and beyond horizontality. It was like containing the whole thing. I forget the name of that though. Anyway, but there's different orientations to time. And it sounds like when you're massaging people, you're able to go into that vertical state. As opposed
and when I'm in real life, because I'm a doer. I have a lot of things I want to do while I'm on this planet, a lot of goals, and so I'm living in this mode where I feel like there's so much to get done while I'm here, and then I'm feeling like there's never enough time to do it. And that's a dangerous place to be, because I'm finding myself sitting in the energy of not having enough time. So I'm perpetuating it. So I'm really looking at that with myself right now. I think it's like definitely one of the next things that we're looking at.
Well, we've been conditioned, like as a collective in the Western society, of 9 to 5 jobs. When you go to school, you're there from 8 to 2 or 8 to 3 or whatever your school is, and you have these 45-minute, hour-long classes, and you go to the other class and you do things within this particular time frame. And I think we've been programmed. That's been a sort of an industrial revolution concept for productivity. So you can set up a factory, set up an office, you can get people come in and do things at a particular time and produce. But now we're not like that. We can produce what we need in an instant, either with the physical manifestation because we're in the 5D, or with AI or whatever. It's a complete continuum. And so now what I think is required is vibrational coherence.
Yeah, going by feeling, how we feel in the moment, and what is gravitating to us to focus on, and what we're feeling.
It's like singing the note of the moment, like going back to jazz and John Coltrane. I was thinking this morning as we were just grabbing our coffee to go out here, that my favorite example of that is John Coltrane. He can play one note and like the whole universe like conspires to support him in that one note, because he's so clear with his focus, and it's just the singular tone. It's John Coltrane. You're completely snapped into that moment. Whether it's I've never seen him live, but in a recording, and I think it's like that now, that if we sing a note vibrationally, and it doesn't have to be projected through a saxophone, it can be projected through our voice, or through just a thought, or through whatever that we're doing in the moment, then everything in the universe conspires to come into vibrational coherence with that, if we're in alignment with that thought.
I love that.
And so it's not about producing more in a fixed period of time, but it's about vibrating the cosmos.
Right. in production, like producing things doesn't make us worthy as a human.
No.
That's not what the goal is. And before, I was living in this mentality of just working and doing sessions with people one-on-one, and like my schedule was full.
Yeah.
And I just bodywork. And I loved helping people. And everything has shifted so much that I'm just not feeling the gravitational pull to do that much as far as physicality one-on-one with massage. Like, I'm looking really into like expansion and how many people can I help in different ways that doesn't require that old mentality of boom, 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 fixed schedule and all of that.
I think one of the things that we've been really working on is really listening to ourselves and being like very in tune with what feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've been trained to ignore that feeling.
Full body yes.
Yeah, we've been trained through our educational system to ignore what feels good and to get the work done,
Mm-hmm.
do the homework, do it at this time. And what now we're doing is like, if it doesn't feel expansive or vibrant or resonant or inspiring, we don't do it.
Mm-mm. It's like what we were talking about the other day at breakfast with your friends, is like people are trained to go to school, graduate, go to college, get your degree and whatever, you know, whether you're interested in it or not, go get a job in that, have a family, have your retirement set up, all these things. And really what kids should be learning is whatever their soul is feeling connected to, that is what they should follow.
Yeah.
Follow what you love. And that's how we need to live as adults. I mean, what else are we doing? Do we really think we're incarnated on this planet, in this amazing existence on planet Earth, like in these bodies, to just go get jobs and live somebody else's expectations so we can have like a retirement plan? And like, what is that?
Well, I feel really great. I feel really grateful to have, I think, come in at that time in which that was programmed into us.
Yeah.
So we can experience the transformation of coming out of that programming into a sense of complete authentic relationship with ourselves. Mm-hmm. Because it's that contrast which gives us full appreciation. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've had relationships before this relationship that were out of coherence with our true authenticity. Mm-hmm. And it's having that experience that makes me appreciate with explosive gratitude every breath that I have with you. Yeah. Because what we're doing is so natural, mm-hmm. and our relationship and our connection is so natural, there's sometimes we might not even notice or have a full appreciation of what it means just to be together and sharing this life together. Mm-hmm.
It's the same way that we don't notice our gifts when we're standing in ourselves, you know? Yeah. And that's, I think for a lot of people, that's probably what they experience is the need to step back and take an overview of what you are and what you have, and really appreciate that.
I think that's been one thing that's been good for both of us too, in terms of that time thing, is if I'm in a similar thing, I never feel like I get enough done in the day. Mm-hmm. But then there was one time I was sending a summary to this marketing organization I work with. I hadn't been in touch with in a long time, and I wanted to just sort of renew the connection and say what I've been up to. And I wrote a summary of what I've been up to in the last 6 months, and I was blown away. Yeah. It was unbelievable what we've done in the last 6 months.
It's the overestimating what you can do in a year and underestimating what you can do in 10 years again. It's amazing. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible the amount of things that I've done too. Not that production makes us worthy. Yeah, you know, we don't need to produce. But it is amazing. And as far as gifts go, you know, all the time, you always remind me when I'm doubting myself and what I'm doing, whether it's massage or teaching yoga or teaching classes or everything, because I tend to doubt myself. And you say, you don't see it because you are it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just who you are. You are amazing at what you do, and you don't see it because you just embody it. Yeah. And I think that's true with a lot of people. It's a good reminder for people.
Yeah, you completely embody all of your brilliance is completely and naturally embodied. So it's so natural to you that you don't even realize it sometimes. So I like to reflect it back to you.
And we want to reflect it back to everybody else, that sometimes it's important to remember that you are the gift.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to see when you're living in your own world of it, your own physical body. Sometimes it's just your presence and it's just being who you are.
And sometimes the greatest gifts that you have are what are most natural to you and are like breathing. And you don't even realize it.
So you don't realize it.
I mean, I know I've had a lot of people come into my life, you know, and tell me things. One of the things was my saxophone playing. Like that was my passion growing up, you know, since the age of 11. I really got into it and wanted to be a saxophone player. And I kind of became bored with the jazz scene in New York and all of that stuff. It wasn't vibrationally resonant. But I've had people over the years in various situations hear me play and like, Subhraag, you're a saxophone player. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. And then I'll listen back to myself playing on recordings and I'm like, wow, there's no saxophone like that anywhere. Like, because to me it seems so natural, but if I were to go find some other recording or something like that,
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Like my saxophone playing doesn't exist anywhere except for me doing it. Like one of the things yesterday we've been working on, we have our band Liminalist. And we're starting some new recordings yesterday, and we're doing these guided meditations, and you were reading them into the microphone.
And I had to listen to the sound of my voice in like stereo in my ears while I was recording it.
But one of the things that I noticed is that you were speaking with such grace and simplicity and ease, and every word that you spoke I could feel was completely embodied and completely experienced and spoken from a place of true knowing and true wisdom, yet it sounded completely relaxed and at ease. So in one sense, it had this tremendous power. In the other sense, it, like if you hadn't really tuned into it, it might sound like natural because, I mean, it sounded natural. You might not have noticed it because it's just, you weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And
thank you.
Like the one for the sleep one, like you were doing the one for pre-sleep. And I was falling asleep listening to it. It was amazing. I completely got in the hypnotic state. Really
amazing.
Worked. Anyway, look out for those coming up in the next,
next days. I'm excited to do this because Subhraag invented this sound healing instrument that's just incredible called Infinidrone. And we've been using it for some sound healing events here in Las Vegas. And we're like, it's time to just like put out songs and make meditations to help people because a lot of my clients can use it. We can all use. I mean, I'm looking up meditations for sleep and relaxation and anxiety all the time. So it's going to be really powerful with Infinidrone, I think.
Yeah,
and I guess the sound of my voice. I don't know.
I love it. I love your voice.
I'm going to make you do stuff.
The best. I think that the big difference of what Infinidrone and everything else that I'm doing with the music technology and Infinitone is that it's the first time that we're going to have harmonic coherence in music in the modern world, because our current system that we have is it was called a tempered system, which means all of the tones in the system, all those 12 tones on your instrument are out of tune. And we were talking about this before also, it's like the sort of the Piscean age, which was, it's hundreds of years before now, up until now, we were almost required to be out of tune in order to exist in this vibrational field. We were required to have some toxins, some poisons, some trauma bonding, all kinds of incoherent vibrational waveforms, and that's representative of our 12-tone system, which requires each note to be out of tune in order for it to function. Because the 12 tones have been detuned from the harmonics, and you have to be out of tune for it to work. But now we're moving into an age of biological coherence, where it's actually the opposite. We will no longer function or survive if we're living in incoherence.
Which means no more trauma bonding relationships.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Yes. Woohoo! It means interdependence, and it means vibrational coherence, so that we're in complete authenticity with whatever we're saying or doing or speaking. We can't say one thing and then think another.
No, it doesn't work anymore.
There's no more you can't have that. And so we have all of our essence of what we're engaged in life is in complete authentic vibrational expression.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you think everybody is just now, I mean, everybody's feeling that shift.
Yeah.
But there are those who choose not to do the work. There are
Yeah.
those who choose not to see this and to live in the other. I mean, I read so many things before about this time on our planet where we're moving into this 5D and the new energies and ascension. And there are the people who evolve will be there and the people who don't will stay in the other place.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that will continue to exist, or is it something that's going to just really, really push everybody to go? Because I see it happening with people that are not really there or choosing to do the work or look at things, and they are getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So like, is everybody going to move into this? Now it's time to live in coherence.
That's a really good question. I guess time will tell. But
what is time?
How I'm experiencing it though is that the things that are not in vibrational coherence with myself are naturally falling away of their own accord.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So the apocalypse might not be, my feeling about it is I don't have a feeling of disaster coming. I just have a feeling of a natural transformation where that which no longer fits will just cease to be in relationship with your sense of self. I mean, I've had it happen with so many times. Like I had this speaking of saxophone, the saxophone that I was playing for a long time, which was no longer in vibrational coherence, and it literally was stolen from me. Mm-hmm. Basically, I thought I was giving it to someone to borrow, and they ended up like selling it for drug money or something like that. But in replacement of that, I was like, well, maybe there's another saxophone for me. And so I looked online, and I just went on eBay, and I found a relatively affordable one that was like 100 years old that had been played professionally in all these stages.
It had good juju on it.
Had good juju, and we ordered it, and I got it. It's the best saxophone I've ever had. Mm-hmm. I love it. I've never enjoyed playing saxophone more. And I'm just finding like those things just happen. Like things fall away, mm-hmm. And so.
And I really feel like those of us who have really been diving in and doing the work and going through those deep, painful transformations, are being really rewarded.
Yeah, absolutely.
And moving into that quicker alignment, the quicker coherence, and it's just exciting.
The people who are not in coherence, it's just going to become more painful.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be a pressurization where that stuff
more opportunities.
Yeah. It'll be everything's just more amplified. Mm-hmm. When you're in coherence, it'll be amplified by faster manifestation, mm-hmm. more feelings of joy and ecstasy and love and mm-hmm. connection. And when you're in pain, those things are going to be amplified because they can't be hidden anymore. Mm-hmm. It's like everything is coming to the surface.
Yep. It's really, really exciting times. Really exciting that there's, new energy this week, new moon.
Oh yeah.
It's exciting. I'm excited. Yeah.
It's
really, really just like everything feels like a whole new world.
It's an amazing time to be alive. Absolutely. I can't imagine another more amazing time to be alive in the history of the cosmos.
And as Frontline Lightworkers, we all chose to be here at this time. So cheers to everybody.
Woohoo. Yeah. This is collective consciousness. This is happening all together. Mm-hmm. Like every time that we talk about something or think about something and we have someone else like reading their own intuitive thoughts, they're like, that's just what we were thinking. So we're all going through this collectively.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, we're all feeling it. So I'm excited.
I will see you next week.